Disgraced, Des Moines Public School Superintendent Ian Roberts has made the news and propelled his school district into the spotlight. He probably promised that when he applied for the job. Be careful what you wish for. We all know now that Mr. Roberts was a criminal and a liar, and that his school board were complete morons for hiring him. As you know, I always try to analyze a current event from an angle left untouched by those too inobservant to notice it. And for the Ian Roberts story, I want to talk about the vacuousness of the liberal mindset that led so many decision makers to believe that Ian was a pioneering thought leader. Hello out there. I am trying to get through.
With his powerful brainwaves cradled in the warmth of reasoning, it's time for Johnny Walker Dread to straighten you out on a thing or two. Emanating all the way from exciting Las Vegas, Oklahoma, it's the Johnny Walker Dread Show.
This is Nellie Miranda, and I just discovered her channel recently. She does a good job, and I highly recommend tuning into her videos.
Where was the employment verification? How does someone with a deportation order end up leading one of the largest districts in Iowa?
So she's going to go to the head honcho, most responsible at the district level for this entire calamity, Jackie Norris, the school board president. Even in the face of Ian Roberts' arrest, she couldn't release her grip on his pseudo-intellect.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the Des Moines Public School community, I want to provide an update from district leadership and the board on the current situation unfolding with our superintendent, Dr. Ian Roberts. Before we begin, it seems fitting to take a page out of Dr. Roberts' book and ask the community to engage in radical empathy.
Yeah, let's just draw our inspiration from the man that was just arrested. I guess Machine Gun Kelly didn't have any suitable quotes for this engagement.
As we work through this situation together. Radical empathy is the recognition that we can disagree and still empathize with each other. The respect of others' humanity. This concept will be essential as we wait to learn more.
Whoa, that's amazing. You mean before Ian Roberts came around, we couldn't imagine disagreeing with someone and understanding why they thought the way they did. Wait until Ian Roberts coins the phrase, walk a mile in the other man's shoes. That will really revolutionize our approach toward conflict resolution. Radical empathy is what I call baby steps. From the Bill Murray movie, What About Bob? Baby steps is any simplistic, commonsensical approach that has already been done since the dawn of man, but repackaged as something novel.
Baby steps? It means setting small, reasonable goals for yourself, one day at a time. One tiny step at a time.
Baby steps.
This is the insanity of DEI. Mr. Roberts says something stupid, and she thinks he's a freaking genius for it. And why? Because when it comes to hiring personnel, DEI saps the brain of all critical thinking. She can't see the shallowness of Roberts' philosophy. Once DEI sinks its teeth into administrators, they're no longer capable of evaluating a person based on their qualifications. She only sees race or gender or sexual preference. Her emotional desire to have the district led by a black administrator is stronger than her desire to improve learning in her district. It would fill a hole in her psyche to be ordered around by someone like Ian Roberts. It's no exaggeration to say that she would prefer working below Ian than above him. And so she latches on to empty musings by someone she admires for all the wrong reasons. I wonder if they apply this radical empathy to Charlie Kirk supporters, or MAGA in general, or those who applied for the superintendent position but didn't check off the DEI box. And the answer is no, because radical empathy is nothing more than a thoughtless mantra.
We do not have all the facts. There is much we do not know. However, what we do know is that Dr. Roberts has been an integral part of our school community since he joined over 2 years ago.
He's the superintendent. How could he not be integral unless he stayed home every day? And who cares if he was integral? Boss Tweed was integral to New York City's political leadership, but that was the problem.
During his time with our district, he has shown up in ways big and small.
More big than small. In fact, he has shown up in a ginormous way for Des Moines Public School District.
And has advocated for students and staff and begun introducing concepts that will help us reimagine education for future generations of Des Moines students.
Like what? Radical empathy? Or perhaps his wisdom is embodied in the sloganeering behind her. Come here. They don't have a choice. It's compulsory education. Are you trying to recruit students to a public school? Okay. Become here. What? What the hell does that even mean? Become here. Oh, wait. Become the best you hear. But that makes even less sense. Oh, become the best you hear. Okay, so here's a clue. This clever wordplay only works if the original slogan, become here, makes sense. But it doesn't. And you have to emphasize you somehow. Otherwise, people read it as, become the best you hear. How much did you spend on this branding? Of course, the real problem is that the best you may not be very good. I thought they were going to school to become better than the best they are currently able to exhibit. The purpose of classroom instruction is to develop talent, not discover it. The students don't know algebra before they are taught it. Algebraic skill is not lurking in their brain for the teacher to draw out. It has to be developed. So yeah, this slogan really inspires me to attend Des Moines Public Schools. So the school district is now in the hands of interim superintendent Matt Smith, and he's no Happy Meal prize either.
The district has already named Matt Smith as interim superintendent under its succession plan. Here he is quoting Dr. Roberts at their district press conference.
In the words of Dr. Roberts, if you paddle together, you will survive the tide. If you paddle alone, you will likely drown.
Yeah. All pulling on the same rope and in the same direction. Together we are stronger, blah, blah, blah. Real words of wisdom there from the vast intellect of Ian Roberts. But let me ask, why would a tide drown you if you're in a boat? And how far would you have to paddle to escape a tide? A rising tide lifts all boats. Makes sense. Paddling to escape a tide doesn't. Guyana is on the coast of South America. You'd think Mr. Roberts would have known something about tides. So, do you see what I'm seeing? You need to paddle your boat together to keep you from drowning in a tide. Oh, how profound. Maybe if we work as a team, we'll progress more than if we work as individuals. Teamwork, cooperation. Thank God I have that tide drowning quote to guide our district in the future. God, what a bunch of dumbasses.
As we move forward and learn more, we choose to paddle together.
I'd be behind that. I'd even volunteer. But corporal punishment is no longer allowed in Iowa public schools, and I'm kind of holding out for a prison sentence or deportation for him. So let's learn a bit more about this radical empathy that has the school board members ready to throw their panties on the stage when Ian Roberts addresses them. So here's Ian Roberts' LinkedIn profile. It turns out that Ian was a consultant at Lively Paradox. Oh, I'm sorry, he was a chief thought partner there. Lively Paradox even had his bio in their team page. But guess what happened? Guys, you don't have to take down the entire page. Just pull his bio and pretend you've never heard of him. Luckily, there's the Wayback Machine. Another thing they need to investigate is whether Ian Roberts was pulling consultation fees for Lively Paradox while being the full-time superintendent of a public school system. Because this page was active until just a few days ago, so Lively Paradox was still counting on his involvement to deliver its services, or they were lying to their clientele. Consulting for a private company in the same field as one's current job responsibilities sounds like a conflict of interest. He would need to report that and get permission from the board. Did he? And if they gave him permission, why? If I'm on the board, I'd decline his approval. In fact, I'd be a little put off by his request. Look, asshole, we pay you enough money. $300,000 a year, and we think being a superintendent of the largest school district in the state is busy enough. If you plan to go gallivanting around the country delivering speeches, you'll do it on behalf of our school district. We'll compensate you for travel expenses. But no, you're not going to use your position at our district to pad your bank account. So as you can see, Ian Roberts authored the book Radical Empathy. But what is that? Well, we go to happiness.com.
Don't judge a person until you've walked a mile in their shoes.
Sorry, Ian. Someone's already coined the phrase, walk a mile in their shoes. You're a little late.
You probably heard that saying 100 times, but have you ever sat and really thought about what it means?
No. I know what it means.
More importantly, put that ethos into practice. Radical empathy is a concept that does exactly that. It encourages people to actively consider another person's point of view, even when we strongly disagree, in order to connect more deeply with them.
I wonder if this holds true if the radical empathizer dresses in an ICE uniform. Let's read on.
Radical or extreme empathy is not, as you might imagine, someone dressed in military fatigues, ready to ambush you with warm hugs and a listening ear.
That's too bad, because that would have made radical empathy at least something mildly profound. So how do you do this? Well, it says here,
the quickest and easiest way to practice radical empathy is to simply put your mind to it. Take the time to really notice people and imagine yourself in their shoes. And this will allow you to better connect with how they might be feeling.
50 years of listening to this crap. And what has any of it ever accomplished? Books and speeches in conferences and books and speeches in conferences by these supposed thought leaders. And what has come of it? Nothing. School board members need to be critical thinkers that can cut through the philosophical flagellation and hire those who know how to manage money, nail down school security, staff personnel, and run quality control cycles. And I doubt Ian Roberts knew how to do any of those. Like my video and subscribe to my channel.